Welcome to the show, y'all. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, y'all. E-Lee and Uncle Ron. Let's go. Keeping it 100. Unfiltered. We the radio pundits and we're unfiltered. We gon' give it to you straight. The facts we can debate. But one false move and it's a checkmate. Ay, yes, we the radio pundits and we're Yo, what's up, good people of the world? It's your boy, Ernest J. Lee, and this is Unfiltered. It's another week, a brand new day, a brand new reason to keep moving forward. And you know what? Me and Uncle Ron are happy to be here with you this week. We count it a privilege to come to you each week to give you our view on what's going on today in the world. And we try to keep the facts at the forefront because we know, like I always say, opinions are plentiful, but it's hard to argue with facts. Therefore, it's our endeavor to just keep bringing it to you straight, just like that. So we're going to keep doing that. So we're glad that you tune in each week and week out to see what we got to say. That's a blessing. So we thank you. We thank you. It really, truly is a blessing to have this international platform to connect with so many different people in so many different places. What a blessing it is, y'all. I'm telling you. We're so thankful and grateful for this opportunity. Let me do this right quick. I want to stop and say thank you to all of you who tuned in these past 3 weeks for our Men Decoded series. The Men Decoded series was a success, and I thank you for tuning in each week to get the information and to see what we're talking about. It's a wonderful thing to have people on this show that can bring us information that we can use. Not just people on here talking because they want to hear themselves talk or they think they're so smart, but people that really, truly are masters of their craft and masters of their information and people who have studied to show themselves approved. That is priceless, y'all. I'm telling you. So thank you again. That was an awesome time. You know, we've been doing so much these last few months. We did church leadership for 5 weeks. Then we did the Holy Week show. Then we did about resurrection and breaking all that down. You know, this is a great platform to do this stuff, to let your voice be heard and to bring awareness and shine light on issues that we are facing as a people and as a nation. And yes, this is a Christian-based show, but we also like to have things on here that hit everyone, not just church people, but everyone. We're all going through something. If you talk to your neighbor, if you talk to your coworker, if you talk to your family member, somebody's going through something. And you know what? Personally, it's good to have this platform where I can get the information out so I can help the people stay informed. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Information is simply a tool. Now, what you choose to do with that tool is up to you. But to know better is to do better. So once you hear something and it resonates with your spirit, then it's on you to make the necessary adjustments that will help you make better decisions for you, your life, and your family. That's why we call this show Unfiltered. I say it all the time, but look, it's the truth. It's unfiltered. It's unscripted. We say what it is and let the chips fall where they may. And hey, it is what it is. We live with the results. But again, I would rather have the information than not have it. So let me say it again. Thank you, all of the thousands of people that tune in each week to Unfiltered. All right, now look, if you missed any of our past shows or you simply just want to connect with us and get the information, you might have missed the church leadership series. You might have missed the Holy Week show. You might have missed this past Men Decoded show. If you missed any of that information, feel free right now to search the name Ernest J. Lee Unfiltered and you'll be instantly connected just like that. Now look, our podcasts are free and they're available on Spreaker.com, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all of them. All you got to do is do what I just told you. Search your name and you'll be instantly connected just like that. Either place you can find all of our old shows and catch up. So go on and do that. And as Uncle Ron say, you will be blessed. Speaking of which, Uncle Ron is back in the building, y'all. I don't know where this man been. You know, he's been on a vacation. I don't know if he went around the world. I don't know if he went to the moon. I don't know if he just quit the show for a couple weeks. Where's Waldo? Where's Uncle Ron? But you know what? Guess what? Have no fear. He's in the building. Uncle Ron, what's going on, my friend? How you doing?
Oh, not much. Just getting back from a worldwide tour.
Okay, well, have you read Revelations 21:8?
What they say about all liars?
all of them.
Oh, well.
They're going to have their part in the lake, Doc, that burns with fire and brimstone. Yeah.
Hey, man,
anyway,
that's
Uncle
what
Ron,
it's saying. What?
What's going on, man? What's happening?
Nothing's going on, just trying to make 100 because 99, what?
And a half.
Won't do.
Yeah.
It just won't do.
I don't care how you try to slice it, it's still not enough.
It's not enough. It's never. It's never enough. A half.
Anyway, Uncle Ron, are you still saved?
I'm saved and I'm sanctified and I'm filled.
FILL.
FILL. Yeah. And I'm glad about it.
Okay. And do you got a mighty bunny fire though?
It's mighty and it's bunny. BUNNIN.
Well, I'm gonna ask you like I asked my brother today. I texted him earlier and asked him had he ate.
ATE?
No, EIGHT. Have you ate?
And what he say?
He just laughed. You know how silly he is. Did you eat today, Rod?
I did. I'm on 8 a little later too. Amen. Praise the Lord.
As y'all see, Uncle Ron is in the building today. You know, I miss old Uncle Ron when he's not here. He's such a blessing to the people of Christ. Okay, he's a blessing to the body. But I don't know.
Try.
You know, I think what it is. See, we've gotten so serious over the past few weeks to some of these topics. You know, he didn't want to make nobody mad. So he didn't want to give his opinion because he involved in some of these old cliques and stuff in the church. So he didn't want to have to go back to him and apologize and stuff like that. But we say amen.
Well. Only reason I didn't participate is because I wasn't invited, okay? And this is the Uncle Ron. And what your name is?
Ooh, Uncle Ron, you got to repent tonight because Revelation 21...
I'll take my chances. Go ahead.
My Aunt Queen say Revelation 21 and then picked you right on up, Doc. Because, you invite... How you not going to be invited to your own radio show? You know what? Moving on, child. Praise the Lord.
I wasn't a part of the esteemed. Highfalutin, the esteemed, highfalutin, educated. I'm just a fella from Cody High School and barely made it out of there.
Yikes. Well, I'm glad you made it. Welcome.
I'm glad, I'm just glad to be in the service one more time.
Somebody pray for me. Had me on their mind.
Took the time
and prayed for me. You know that one?
I do. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed for me. Yeah.
Okay, now before I go to break and play this music, I want to let you know something. See, I got my start in prayer, Doc. See, I don't know where you got your start in the Holiness Church, but see, I got my start in Monday night prayer. My mama, she would go to Monday night prayer, and they needed a keyboard player because that's the song they would sing. Somebody pray for me, and then the mother Leah Robinson would get up and sing, "Saints don't stop praying, for the Lord is nigh." You know that one? Saints don't stop praying. What's the next line?
He'll hear your cry.
Yes. Yeah, you might be saved after all, Uncle Ron. For the Lord has promised, Doc. And it's what?
And it's true.
His word is true, not his true. You know what? All right, y'all. Look, let's get to some music. We'll be right back with more Unfiltered right after this, y'all. We in the house.
I'm back, right y'all. Here, y'all. I'm back.
Yes.
Stop crying. I'm back.
You made a way. trying so bad not to cry, but it's hard to stop it. But you say, oh love, I need you, promise you got it. So I'm gonna be okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be okay.
Sing.
Okay, okay. See, I gotta remember that my God is bigger than any battle I'll ever face. So I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, it's dark right now, but I still see the light. Come on.
Why do we hate one another?
Yeah.
When love is the most beautiful color, it takes away the gray
I hope somebody's listening.
and makes everything okay.
My Lord.
Where is the American dream? If only 1% knows what it means to really be okay.
Are y'all listening?
Tell me, is that okay?
Say it again.
Life is taking everything that I have just to survive.
Let me talk to you.
Got $25 in my pocket, and I broke another 10 in my glove compartment. I'm trying so bad not to cry, but it's hard to stop it.
But you say,
You say, oh love, I need you, promise you got it.
help me.
So I'm gonna be okay.
Even in the midst of trouble, say,
I'm gonna be okay.
sing.
Okay, okay. You see, I gotta remember that my God is bigger.
My God is bigger.
than any battle I'll ever face. So I'm gonna be okay. See, our God is great. This season of pain, it won't last always.
Hallelujah.
Life is taking everything that I have just to survive.
Open up your eyes, y'all.
You got $25 in your pocket, and you think another 10 in your glove compartment. But that family with no food would trade places with you. Give thanks and don't forget how you got it. And you gon' be okay.
Yeah. Ha. Can I get a witness?
Be okay.
Sing.
Okay.
Because I gotta remember,
See, I gotta
no matter what I go through,
my God is bigger.
my God is bigger.
Any battle I'll ever face.
Come on.
So I'm gonna be okay.
If one door closes, God's got another. Ha.
We gon' be okay.
Your doctor's not the final answer, y'all. Hey,
We gon' be okay.
you needed the storm to wake you up and make you better.
Be okay.
Now sing.
Okay. So I'm gonna be okay.
Yes, sir.
We the radio pundits and we're unfiltered.
Hey y'all, this is E. Lee. We're back live and in living color right here on Unfiltered with Ernest, J. Lee, and Uncle Ron. And I'm so happy that Uncle Ron is in the building this week, y'all. He is back. He's in rare form as usual. And you know what? We thank God for his life today. Uncle Ron, I've been missing you, man. And also, I've been missing what kind of mess is that? Listen, I know you got something for us this week because you've been off a minute. So I know you got something hilariously funny for us. Go on and give it to us. What you got for us?
I don't know if it's hilariously funny or if it's just a shame. I don't know. And I just ran up on this today. And pretty much everybody in the sports community is aware of who Lamar Odom is. And I don't know how this story just came up today. Just looking at the news, or not so much the news, but the article, it said Lamar Odom used a fake penis to cheat on the 2004 Olympic team drug test. Now, why he had to do that, I listen, I don't know. I'm just here reporting the news as I see it. But the ex-husband of Khloe Kardashian wrote in his new memoir, Darkness to Light, that he squeezed out a trainer's clean urine so he wouldn't be caught for smoking pot.
How he do that?
I'm glad you asked me. Okay, so his elation over being chosen for the U.S. men's basketball team for the Athens Olympics, he went into panic when he was told that he would be drug tested. And I guess I would be too. If I was, standing a chance of not having an opportunity to do great things. But nevertheless, he had smoked way too much pot to pass the test legitimately, he said, of his own free will. So when a representative came to watch him submit a urine sample, I got a problem with that right there. Who would watch me pee? I don't, but they wanted to, anyway. So when a representative came to watch him submit the sample, Odom was prepared. He was ready. He had purchased a prosthetic penis online. Okay, that's problem number 2. But anyway, he filled it with his trainer's clean urine and did his best acting to convince the witnessing agent that he was peeing with his own penis. Now, I'm just finished with that. And there's more to it. It really is. I don't even know how I ran up on this today. But, this is just too much for me. But nevertheless, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. So anyway, for more information, Odom's book will be out May 28th, which chronicles how drugs, infidelity, sexual addiction, his marriage to his wife, culminating in a nearly fatal collapse at a Nevada brothel. Okay. Anyway, why was he doing at a brothel? And he's married. But that's his business. It ain't none of mine. Fake penis and somebody else's pee-pee. What kind of mess is that?
It's a mess. It's that I just don't I don't know what to say. I really don't know what kind of mess that is.
It's a multiple mess.
Well, maybe the one he had didn't work. That's why he got the fake one. But anyway, you know what? I'm moving on. I got to go. I got to go. I don't know about it. I'm not going off the road with you today on this. You know what? I think it's a good time to get to some music right here. What you think, Uncle Ron? Now, what I'm about to play is not a fake song, y'all. This is a real song. So y'all keep it locked right here on Unfiltered. We'll be right back with our discussion for the day. What is life? Why do we do what we do? We'll be right back, y'all.
somewhere. Unfiltered.
Hey, we're back right here on Unfiltered, y'all. This is Ernest J. Lee, and that's Uncle Ron. He's in the building. And
it's me right here.
And I cannot believe that this man had that. What kind of message that? You know, I had a question for that, but I'm going to leave it alone because I don't want to gross the people out today. But anyway, yeah, I ain't going to touch it. Literally. Yikes. But look, Uncle Ron, you know, we've been doing a lot of soul searching these last few weeks as it relates to, you know, I did the Christian leadership thing, and then I did the Holy Week explaining that, and then we did the Resurrection Sunday, and then we went into this Men Decoded series. And out of that, man, so many other questions and spin-off shows we could do, but today I just want to have a general show and just a general discussion about life. So many times I just think that we miss what life is. And I don't mean that to be generic or as a cliche, but we really miss the meaning of life. You know, some people describe life as a journey, which basically starts from our birth to our death. But that's true. You know, it's funny when people use that at a funeral, they say the dash in between is the life, you know, from when you were born and when you died. That sounds good and it's all cliche and all that kind of stuff. But what about really every day, man? People are letting their life just pass them by. And we get caught up on so many emotions, you know, happiness, sorrow, love, hate, things that we carry like baggage, you know, every day. In the midst of all of our living, we never really have a life. So, Uncle Ron, let's get into it, man. What is life? You know, so many times people they miss the mark, you know, whether it's going to work, whether it's just going to church all the time, whether it's just staying in the house, you know, whether it's in a bad relationship, whether it's in just a bad career choice. You know, what is life? You know, what's the quality of life is what I'm talking about. You know, what are you doing with your life? You know, what do you think about people that just kind of go to church all the time? You know, are they missing out on life? Oh, I can't tell you, hey, you shouldn't be in church every Sunday or every Wednesday, you know. But my point is with that, where you're not knocking them, I'm saying, what else do you do with the time that you have down here? Because there's more to life than that.
I guess, and I mean, I know this is probably going to sound very generic, but life is what you make of it. And some people have lives where they're living abundantly, not necessarily financially, but they have a good life, as they call it. And family's good, kids are good. Well, family's part of the kids, but you have people who they live life abundantly and they thrive. Then you have other people whose life may be on the flip side of that. It's always something. It's always trouble. It's always something. So for me, I try to live an abundant life. Sometimes I fall off the wagon. And I'm not saying necessarily abundance in terms of finances and things, because those can fade away and you're still not happy. You can have it and not be happy. That's really a powerful question, because I don't really honestly think that most people can answer that without really saying, what really is life? And am I benefiting from it? Am I living abundantly? Am I doing what I think I should be doing with my life? You know what I'm saying?
And I think so many times we let people decide our lives for us. What I mean by that is because we connected to so many different things, I think we take on the characteristics of who's around us. Like they say, you know, if you around 9 broke people, you're going to be the 10th one. You know, that's kind of true in a sense, because if you're around people that are not doing anything, or around people that are not motivated to move forward or motivated to make a difference, then you kind of just be one of the people in the room. You kind of just join the party. You know, people having a pity party, you join in. You know, so I just believe that sometimes, man, we don't understand that our choices determine what kind of life we have. Like me, for instance, you know, I was so good at music when I was 21 and 22 that I didn't finish college. You know what I'm saying? I kind of went for a couple of years and then went on and did something else. Now, as I get into my 40s now, I'm looking at like, why would I choose that? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. You know, we kind of regret some things. Like, you know, and it's not a regret of like, oh, I made a mistake, because I've been blessed. But I also know that I could have had a different life had I continued with my education. And I'm not saying it arrogantly, but I'm pretty smart. You know what I'm saying? So I could have went that way, but I chose to go music. So we're left with the consequences of our choices, whether it's good or bad. So, you know, I do think that we have to understand that our choices matter too. What do you think about that?
Choices do matter. I mean, you make the right choice, you can flourish. You make the wrong choice, you could be standing on street corner begging for food. It's just, you know, what we've said is the choices that we make. And some things happen not so much because of a choice, but something we had no control of. But I think for the most part, what the results of our lives are based on how we've lived them.
True. But, you know, now some people think that God is going to do everything in their life. Well, we dealt with that during that church leadership series. We talking about the God said it factor. You know, some people are so caught up on what God going to do and God going to bless me and God going to bring me out. And I'm not saying he's not. But also he's giving you the rule of your own life too. So he's waiting on you to do something. So y'all just waiting on each other. And I'm waiting on God to move, but he waiting on you to move. So, you know, and we end up being stuck in this circle or this cycle of just living. You know, we did a show before, are you living or existing? And I just believe that some people are just existing, you know, not to rehash all of that, but listen, man, life is so precious. And I'm saying that, what are we doing with the time that we have? Are we spending it involved in unnecessary bickering and unnecessary arguing, unnecessary alts against our brothers and sisters? Because you could be here today. We used to say be here today and gone tomorrow, but you could be here today and gone in the next 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Just take in the case of our dear brother, William Smith. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Here today and was gone the next day. And my understanding, and I'm not sure if it is true, but he slept away. He probably had no idea what was going to happen. So those are the times that it really behooves us to really consider, you know, where we are in this walk. Are we living to our best potential? Are we being a blessing to others and not necessarily always receiving? There's so much that we can do to make our lives better. Right. And it doesn't have to have anything to do with finances.
Right, because you can have a bunch of money, man, and still not be happy. You know, you can have a bunch of whatever, cars, you can a nice big house, and we know this. You know, we said you're never satisfied with things. You know, and you just mentioned William Smith, a great musician from Detroit. What about our dear brother Red Edwards?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
know, great world-renowned musician. Played with so many of the greats, Byron Cage, Ricky Dillard. I mean, this guy was only 44, maybe just turned 44. But this the thing. Here today, playing on the organ, living life happy, wasn't the person that was sad or wasn't the person that was involved in a whole bunch of junk, you know, just living his life. Here today, gone tomorrow. I mean, and he's a young man with daughters, you know, and this is my point, man. It would behoove us really to get a grip on life. You know what I'm saying? I got to go to a break, but I want us to start thinking about what's the next step for me? Where is this leading? Where am I going? If I make this decision today, where am I going to be tomorrow? If I make that decision tomorrow, where am I going to be next week? You know, we have to start really valuing our life, man. So we'll be back with more of this discussion today. What is life? You know, I just really, my heart goes out to people, man, especially the two families that we just mentioned, man. This thing is serious, y'all. So keep it locked right here on Unfiltered, and we'll be back with more after this.
When your name is called, prove the doubters wrong. God, you're still mighty and strong. So fight this battle for me and help my unbelief so I can tell all my friends you've won again, that you have won again. Let your power fall when your name is called. Prove the doubting wrong. Hallelujah. Oh yeah, you're still mighty and strong. God, I need you to fight this battle for me. I can't do it. Hey. And help my unbelief so I can tell all my friends. Oh, I wish I had a witness here tonight that you have won again. Anybody need the power in here? We need it. Come on, let your power fall when your name is called. Rule the doubters road. Every time they talk about me, every time they lied on me, God, you're mighty. You're still mighty and strong. So this is what I need you to do. Fight this battle. Fight this battle for me. Anybody needing to fight some battles in here? This is what I need you to do, Lord. I can't do it by myself. For me, yes. I need you to do it. Fight the battle. Need you to fight the battle. So that you have won again.
We won.
You have won. Like you did it again.
Yeah.
I said you have won again. You brought me out so many times. Over and over and over again. Yeah, yes. You're a doctor that's never lost a patient.
You're a healer.
I didn't even know how I was gonna make it. But
You pulled me through.
You're a winner. Time after time. My husband couldn't do it. You're a champion. You're undefeated.
You won.
Somebody say hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Because you did it for me. Yes. You brought me out. You made a way.
Yes, he did.
God, you. Yes. Yeah. I give you glory. I bless your name.
Somebody give him praise.
Because you're worthy. Because you're faithful. Somebody give him glory now. Somebody ought to give him glory. Glory. Anybody know we serve a winner? Yeah. Anybody know we serve a winner? Yes. Hallelujah. Thine the glory. Hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah. God the glory. God, we need you to revive us. I'm gonna do it again, Aaron. Hallelujah. Thine the glory. Hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah. Thine the glory. Revive.
We the radio pundits and we're unfiltered.
Hey, y'all, this is Ron Kelly. I'm back here on Unfiltered with my friend and my brother, Mr. Lee, better known as Mr. Lee. How you doing, Mr. Lee?
What up, though? I'm good, man. I'm just living life, doing my thing, you know what I'm saying? How we do it, you feel me?
I feel you.
I never
like
understood
that.
why people always say you feel me. Like, sir, I don't know. What are you talking about?
We
Anyway,
hate that.
Yeah, me too.
But it's okay. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh, Jesus. All right, man. And before we went to break, I was thinking about life. And what's your take on purpose?
Back in the day, they had the book. I don't want to call it wrong. Maybe about 10 years ago, Purpose Driven Life. It may have been longer than that, though. Rick Warren. I think that book was so powerful because it caused the average church person to stop and think about, okay, we're saved now, we're sanctified, we're filled with the Holy Ghost and all this stuff. But what's the purpose? Like, what's our purpose now, though? Is it not just to go to hell, or is it live a life that's fruitful and multiply? What is it? So, when I think of purpose, I believe like this. Like I just mentioned earlier, I dropped out of college and went music. Now, I know that I could go either way because I believe this. Let me say this. I believe that you can choose more than one thing to do. So let me just say that. But I also know that you can have purpose. So I know my purpose as it relates to life partly was music. I'm a music person. I never took lessons. I was self-taught. So I know that's part of my passion, I should say. Your passion is connected to your purpose. So like whatever you're passionate about usually has something to do with your purpose. So I'm very passionate about music and, even not so much even playing the organ at church. It's not so much that. It's creating, music. So I believe that purpose is what drives you to your destiny. And if you don't have purpose, that's why so many people are just blown in the wind because they don't really know why they're here, and so many people get sidetracked by bad experiences and people get them off track. I think some people's purpose is stuck between or up under their issues. They can't really find their purpose because there's so much stuff that has happened in their life. They kind of just dazed and confused. So, when I think of purpose, man, I just think of what is driving you to your destiny. What is driving you to what you're passionate about? Mm-hmm. That's why it's an individual thing. Each person has to find what they're passionate about and what their purpose is. I'll be curious to know what the definition of purpose is.
Well, let's go to the book and see what purpose is. Let's see. Purpose. So, purpose is described as the reason for which something is done or created or for which something exists. And then it gives an example. The purpose of this meeting is to appoint a trustee. And it's also considered to be a synonym, which means you could say motive or motivation. What's your grounds? What's your cause? What's your occasion? What's your reason? What's your justification? And all of that can be associated with the noun purpose.
So it's basically why we do what we do.
Right. Why you here and why you do what you do.
I was thinking about something. I remember I read this quote a long time ago. It says, watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. That's good right there.
That's
Watch
profound.
Your thoughts become words. Your words become actions. Your actions become habits. Your habits become character. And then your character becomes your destiny. Wow, that is profound. That's what the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Because what you concentrate on, what you gravitate toward, what you put time into, what you put effort into, that's who you are. That's the essence of what you do. If you get up with a purpose to bless someone today, those are things that are just purpose for the day. But I think that's important that you should have a purpose for the day. Also a purpose for your life. Am I going to go to college? In my mid-40s, is it too late for me to switch a career? You know what I'm saying? You got to find your purpose. It's never too late to find your purpose. Those are things I think we need to start asking ourselves. We got to have a vision. Without a vision, what? People perish. Our worldview determines everything else in your life. What we believe determines our behavior. If I don't believe in it, I'm not going to do it. Think about this. What if we really believe what we preach about on Sunday? Think about it. If we really believe the stuff that we're preaching about, would our purpose be more at the forefront? What are we doing? That's what I'm saying, man. So many times we just get stuck. Our worldview determines everything else. How we perceive it, what we perceive. If I perceive you to be a certain way, that's what I believe. So that's going to determine how I act towards you. And so I think we get caught up in the flesh and we don't want to do and bless people because, hey, they ain't talking today or they ain't do this. But that's not the purpose. The purpose is God blessed you and he gave you what he gave you, even if it's just a word of encouragement. The purpose of him giving you that word of encouragement was to bless someone else.
Amen. I agree. That was good, Ely. Okay, well, while you were expounding, it came to mind. In terms of purpose, why do we gather every Sunday? Are we doing it just because it's out of routine? Because grandma did it, great-grandma did it, mom did it, dad did it? Or is there a special, for lack of a better word, not reason, but I guess we'll go back to purpose. What is our purpose in coming together every week? Or do we even really know?
That's a good one like that. Now, you're going to make somebody mad, preacher. But, because my take is this. If it ain't changing nobody, then why are we doing it? And change is relative. I understand that. And what people need is relative. But to go to your point about purpose, I think most people go to church, man, out of habit. I don't know if they got a purpose in going. Because some people come to church just to start mess. Some people go to church just to see what you got on. Some people go to church to see what the pastor going to preach about. Some people's purpose is to come to church just to sit there and they ain't going to get what you. I don't care if you singing your guts up. They just not going to get what you. See, we have so many reasons for doing what we do. Describing some of the stuff that we were talking about in the Man Decoded series, talking about like some of these leaders that we sit up under, like, do they even have a purpose of why we coming? Or is it just to take an offering and live a good life? Are they really trying to teach people how to get to God for themselves? Or what? What is the purpose of having church if it's not blessing people? What is the purpose of you going to your job every day if it's not enriching your life? What's the purpose of you having a relationship if it's not adding to you? Purpose has so many different meanings and facets, man. So, I don't know, Uncle Ron, I would hope that our purpose in having church and having gatherings each week is to make the world a better place, not just for us and our four and our family. I believe God puts you here and gives you what he gives you. The gift that he's giving you is to help someone else. So Our purpose is really to fellowship and to enrich our lives with other people of like minds and like faith, so we can feel like, okay, well, we can make it now, because all of us have a journey and all of us are on different parts of our journey. And just because I'm smiling don't mean I'm not hurting. Just because you seem like you hurting, you might be just as happy as you want to be. You just might be quiet, so we can't always go by what we see. But to me, when I look at why we gather, it has gotten confusing, to say the least. We have to keep praying on that one. So right here, I think what I'm going to do, I found this clip that I'm going to play right here about life. I'm going to play that, and then we'll be back to close the show out. What is life? What are we doing? Why are we here? What's our purpose? Y'all keep it locked right here. We'll be right back. Check this out.
If you don't know why you're here, I encourage you to find out what your purpose is here. What is the meaning of your life? What will be different? Have you ever asked yourself that question?
And most people, they go to their graves with their greatness still in them. What if you live your whole life only to discover that it was wrong?
We've all taken time just to stop and reflect many times when we hear what's happening in the news or read the newspapers. Where's all of this leading to? What's going on here? And so I think that now more than ever, we must begin to look at what are the things that we can do that would put us on some firm footing in life, that will enable us to do some things and use some powers that we have, that many of us go through life never ever discovering that we have those things going for us. And part of that, I believe, is knowing what it is your life worth. What is it that gives your life a sense of meaning and purpose? See, if you know what your life work is, I encourage you to start working on it. If you can't do it all at one time, do just a little bit of it. And if you don't know what it is that you showed up to do, if you don't know why you're here, I encourage you to find out what your purpose is here. What is the meaning of your life? Because once you find that, it puts you in your power place. 85% of the American public, according to recent studies, are going to jobs that they hate, working on jobs that do not challenge them. They get sick thinking about going. Because see, when you go to a job and you already know how far you can go, you can already see that proverbial glass ceiling. See, when you're going someplace and you already know how much you're going to make, you already know how far you can go, you're in a dead-end position. It erodes your self-esteem. It lowers your sense of yourself. It creates an inner turmoil. It creates an emptiness in you. So I say that your life is worth finding what it is that you're supposed to do.
Imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around your bed, the ghost of the dreams, the ideas, the abilities, the talents given to you by life, but you, for whatever reason, you never pursued those dreams. You never acted on those ideas. You never used those gifts. You never used those talents. And there they are staring at you as you're lying on your bed with large, angry eyes saying, "We came to you. Only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever." And the question is, if you died today, what dreams, what talents, what abilities, what gifts, what ideas would die with you?
We're keeping it 100, unfiltered, with the radio pundits, and we're unfiltered.
Hey, y'all, we're back live right here on Unfiltered with Ernest J. Lee and Uncle Ron. We've been talking about life, purpose, why we here, why we do what we do. And it's been a great show today. So, I'm so glad that Uncle Ron is back with me today. It's good to have a man of wisdom and, someone to kick it with just on some regular stuff, man, because everything don't have to be deep. Some stuff is just common sense. If you know that you just going from day to day with no plan of action, with no purpose, with no rhythm to what you're trying to do, then you just gonna keep getting the same old thing that you always get. You have to change it up some. You got to get with some people that's doing some things, and you gotta, you gotta change your mindset. When you change your mindset, like I said, your worldview determines what you think of everything else. So, Uncle Ron, before we leave, man, let's do something fun today. We gotta have some fun before we leave. You had hit me up the other day, and I know people are gonna be mad at us, but hey, this is Unfiltered. We just gonna do what we do. Uncle Ron, I'm gonna just let you have the floor because this is just something that's burning your spirit. You got that. You like the preacher that got that sermon in his wallet, Doc. Be ye also ready, Doc. You got that sermon in your wallet, Doc. So,
you crazy.
I'm gonna let you go on and preach right quick. Now, Uncle Ron, you have been disturbed in your spirit about something. I just want you to get deliverance tonight. This is Unfiltered. And so the purpose of Unfiltered tonight is so Uncle Ron can get delivered, y'all. So Uncle Ron, I just want you to just pray and just go on and let it out, man. What's bothering you tonight?
Where do I even freaking start? You know what? You ain't no good. Let's start off with that. But can I tell you, and I don't mean no disrespect and no harm to nobody that's out there in radio land or TV land or what other land is available. And it shouldn't even affect me. That's the thing that...
Uncle Ron, just go.
I have to work myself up to this because it's just a thorn in my flesh, and I just can't come right out and say it, But and I know everybody had a little situation where they need that few little dollars till payday, or just hold me over to so and so. But I'm done. I'm over this Cash App phenomenon.
You know what?
Now let me fix what I said because I use Cash App. I think it's a good tool. Howsoever, what I think is just me. I ain't calling nobody out in particular. But when you come on Facebook and you having a birthday coming up soon, or you have one real soon, and you say, thank God for another birthday, thank God for life, and then you put the $ in your Cash App. To me, that's like what they call dry begging. You know what dry begging is?
I ain't never heard of that one.
You never heard of that?
You're about to enlighten me.
I'm gonna educate you on dry begging, and you really see it a lot with kids. So your mama she gave you a 10 cents. You went out to the truck and got your ice cream cone, but your friend mama didn't have no money for the ice cream cone. So your friend would look at you and say, "Ooh, that ice cream cone sure look good." Then that's when you supposed to say, "Oh, you can have some." To me, that's kind of the same concept with Cash App, but these people they're not even having any type of lead up to it. You just right up there, put the $, your name, your whatever, and like, I was about to use the wrong word, but it's like, run me that money. Or if you want to be this is the one that kills me. If you want to be a blessing, my Cash App number is so and so. If I see you on Facebook and I know I know who you are and it's your birthday, you ain't got to put it on Facebook and tell me to give you some money. If I feel led to give you something for your birthday, I'm gonna do that. But I just think that is, to me, just me, ain't nobody asked my opinion. I just think it's late and it's tired. And it has to be done away with. I'm done.
I can't stop.
I'm sorry. It's just. And on top of that, I don't even find it funny.
That's what I'm laughing at. Because you're appalled.
Appalled I am.
Oh, my goodness.
And you know it's tacky. You know it's late.
I ain't going to touch that one, Doc. I ain't got nothing to say.
You ain't got to.
He said,
but check this. But
he
dude,
said you be done away with.
check this out, though. I seen bishops. I ain't lying. I kid you not.
Ooh,
and apostles and preachers and teachers putting their Cash App number out there. You ain't getting a dime from me. And I don't have no problem in sharing. I really don't.
Oh God! Somebody come help me. I can't.
But I'm gonna say this to the glory and honor of God. What God has for you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So you can't leave me. You can't, y'all. You and your guys from the educational institutions and all of that. I appreciate them. I laud them. They are great guys. But you can't leave me out here by myself like this so long. Then I have to look at that stuff. Okay, I'm done.
Are you okay? You delivered.
I'm
you feel
delivered.
better now?
I do.
You feel better now?
I had to get that off my chest.
You feel better now?
I do. So much better since I laid that burden down, because that thing was burdening me.
You feel
I believe
better
I can go on to other things now.
You
I had
believe
just got
you
a
can
hold
fly.
on. Mm-hmm.
You believe you can touch the sky. You gave your cash up tonight.
Devil is a lie.
Uncle Ron.
Yeah.
Now my birthday is coming up next month. Now, if you want to be a blessing, my cash app. I'm gonna give you my cash app off when we go off the air. I'm gonna give you my cash app. And if you just feel, that you want to be a blessing, man, just feel free to be a blessing. Okay. I mean,
okay.
No pressure. Because now I will say this. Now let me jump in here before we end this show. This is the thing. If you put the cash app out there, if I say happy birthday to you, give me the cash app, and then I don't send nothing, then you looking at me funny like I'm cheap. I'm with you on that. Now you just made me mad. Because what I'm saying is, I called to tell you happy birthday, and you giving me your cash app.
That shows you that person has really no class, no etiquette, no scruple, no morals, and I could go on and on.
No, I'm gonna tell you what it also shows. It also shows that people think you got money too. If you look like you got it, you know what I'm saying? If you look like you got it, then I can get a little something from you. That is dry begging. Now I'm with you on that one, because people, they'll look at you because you dressed nice this week, or you got some money, or Uncle Ron, he very well put together, he got some money. People, they be counting your money. Now I will go with that one. Now that I don't like. We laughing in all seriousness. I really don't have a problem with it I understand where you're coming from. I'm not disputing any of that. I can go with that one more so that I can go with somebody texting it to me when I tell you happy birthday. I don't know if I like that.
If I take the time to send you a birthday card or call you or text you, that should be the end of that. And let me make the decision on whether I'm going to send you something. I don't feel obligated to send you nothing, possibly when you ain't never sent nothing to me. But as you can see, that's just a thorn in my flesh that I'm going to have to ask God to get me over this hump. Because I know it's just a going thing right now, but it's really just kind of yuck.
Well, Uncle Ron, I'm so happy that I was able to bless you this week on your week back on Unfiltered, and you have gotten relief. You have gotten some deliverance, and we praise God that He has met us here on tonight. We're thankful that He did that, Doc. With that, it's been another great show. So look, y'all, we'll be back next week, same time, same station. Don't y'all take no wood nickels out there, y'all. Keep it real, keep it 100, and keep your cash apps off Uncle Ron's Facebook page. All right, I'm Annie Lee and Ernest Lee Sr.'s baby boy, and you are Uncle Ron.
And I'm Ella Ree Johnson, Kelly's son.
And we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Turn the lights on.
My day, my time, everything is moving forward. Got my hands up high, thank God for what is coming. I'm so ready, focus is steady. I cannot be stopped, 'cause I'm blessed.
I'm so blessed.
Ain't
You can do about it. I'm so blessed.
ain't nothing you can do about it.
I'm so blessed. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm so
cause he already won.